Hey, everybody out there. Obviously, this is probably not what we're talking about today. But, question. What's more dangerous than the zombie apocalypse? Or what's more fearful, I guess you'd say? After watching, where are you going? Kind of thought about this after The Walking Dead season 3 started coming out. And they, completely skipped over the winter those people had to go through, and this was in, middle Georgia, North Georgia, where the show's at, and they just skipped right over winter. You could see the people had had some effects. I mean, they looked pretty hungry when they were going in that first house and everything. If you haven't seen the episode, we'll move on from that. That's not the kind of the point. But I think everybody kind of doesn't put into their thoughts of what happens when the white stuff starts coming down like it is right now. The winter makes things a lot harder. Everything you do, so even if, the zombies are kind of scary, but you can't fight the winter. You can only prepare for it and work through it, and it just makes everything difficult, and if you get out, whatever scenario you want to throw out there, and the white stuff starts coming down, or anything gets below freezing, or even down in the 40s, your exposure and everything goes up dramatically. Your chances of survival go quite a bit down, So that's just something I think people overlook, and I think the show's producers there overlooked on purpose, maybe, because it's kind of boring when if they would just be surviving through the winter, and they wouldn't, have a place to hunker down, and everything gets more difficult. Having to have water, water freezes, things like that. Just everyday routine things, especially if you don't have heated place to live or anything. You're gonna have to find ways to make heat. Cutting wood and splitting wood, that takes a lot of energy, a lot of time out of your day. Things like that, especially when you're feeding animals and stuff like that. Their water freezes. Anybody, even cats and dogs, or anybody like that has outdoor animals. You've went through that. But if you're trying to homestead, and maybe you're thinking, you live in a southern climate, and you're thinking about moving to Montana, which I would love to do myself. But if you're thinking that there's a lot of thought that needs to go into that, just how much time it's going to take you to go through a lot of your just daily activities when it gets colder and this stuff starts flying around. And I don't even have it that bad here. This is our second snowfall. We had some yesterday. It's kind of like this. It'll probably melt it by the end of the day. But you get up in the mountains or some places farther north, and you start getting in the feet, and the snow doesn't leave the ground. Those of you that live there are probably ready, I would hope. But everything just kind of stops. It's very dangerous. It'll kill you just as fast as anything else. Everybody's probably heard of the Donner Party, and them getting stuck in the mountains of the Sierra, and having to resort to cannibalism more than likely. There's tons of stories from the pioneer days of people just dying out, from exposure to the elements, maybe not even in the snow or anything. But definitely something to take lightly, and I would contend it's definitely a dangerous proposition if you're not ready for it and you're not out there thinking. And I want to do some videos kind of talking about some things to think about, individual preparedness, and just whatever you got going on in your area. There's some blue sky over there. Looks like we may have sun before long. But this is what you have to deal with. All your workers are all bundled up, and they don't work for nearly as hard or as fast or as easy. So more to follow, something to think about, people. And we'll talk to you later.